Morning to y'all. I hope y'all woke up grateful, and I hope you're reminding yourselves of all the things to be grateful for. And I hope you're setting a high vibe, and I hope that you're being courageous and you're getting through everything a little easier than normal. Okay? I hope that you're pushing past any limitation that you're faced with, embracing the opportunity to be creative. Okay, we're creators. So that's our primary, biggest resource. Simple, okay? And being creative allows us to tap into things and create things that maybe you never thought about, all right? And I hope that any obstacle that is coming your way, I hope that you're taking the time to evolve and grow as an individual, because our life experience is for learning. Okay? I want to remind you all this morning that we are sourced by an infinite, unconditional love that loves us no matter what. And if this wasn't the case, well, you wouldn't be alive today, you know? And yes, I understand that a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, okay? But now's the time that people are going to go through it, all right? Planetary systems are aligning. Things are happening energetically that are forcing us out of this density, okay? And it's happening fast. We're in a quickening process, all right? And the quickening process is, well, hey, if you're creating good, you're going to create a lot of it. And if you're creating bad, well, you're going to create a lot of it and fast. Okay? So this is why I want to stress to you all this morning how really important it is to do the inner work. And to really not be distracted by what's happening outside of you. Really focus on what's happening internally. Okay? Who you are, why you are the way you are, why you're triggered by certain things, why you believe certain things, why you choose certain things for yourself. All of this stuff matters, okay? But we're so busy in this day and age of using all of this and, blaming and shaming and guilting and denying and, and being in a state of constriction, okay? Because while you're being in these states, you're very constricted, okay? Now, being constricted doesn't allow you to evolve as a person the way you should, okay? It actually hinders your growth. Now, you're either being a loving person to yourself unconditionally and to the world, or you are not. Now, in the composition of the infinite unconditional love that sources your existence, there is no negative density. There isn't. Where the negative density comes into place and why we feel so down on ourselves and why we make such bad choices for ourselves is because of the experience we're living on this planet. Okay? Understand that your five senses are given to you only merely to enhance your experience. All right? Because imagine life without being able to see or taste or smell or hear or touch. It wouldn't be an experience. But we have to remember what fuels this experience. And that's an infinite unconditional love. So again, I'm going to remind you, unconditional love has no conditions. Okay? It's not love because, you act this way. And, or accepted for or be. No, there's no conditions in this, okay? Because we've all made bad choices. Every single one of us. Okay? But every day is a brand new day. No matter what. Okay? If you're given today, you're given the gift of another day for your experience. Now it's up to you whether you're going to harness that and you're going to make the most out of that. And you're not going to give your power away to people, situations, and circumstances or things that you're living. Anything that you are living, it is meant for you to learn. Okay? To learn about yourself, to learn about what's happening around you, to learn how to evolve into a better being, because the world is evolving, okay? And this is why you have to keep up with the speed of it, all right? The ones that are really feeling the density of things like anxiety and depression and health problems, I need you all to really tap into your love of your heart. Get out of your heads, okay? Because these situations, this dis-ease, okay, is simply that you're not in harmony with yourself. All right? Now, if you get in harmony with yourself and you understand your power and you understand that you're made of love and light, okay? Like it has been said, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, primarily, let there be light. Right? That's what we are primarily. We are connected to everything and everybody on this planet having an experience. Okay? We all look at animals as, oh, they're animals. Well, I'm going to tell you this morning that these are soul beings having an experience as such. Okay? That's why my dogs are just not my dogs. My dogs are soul beings that have a soul contract with me to keep me safe and to guard me and to help me get through this experience. So yes, I love and I respect them and I invest in them. Okay? I don't see animals as animals. They are not an extension of me. They are a part of me. Just like nature. I don't see nature as something outside of me. No. Everything is a part of me. When I see another person, that's an extension of my being. Okay? So how I maneuver through my experience and how I decide to make my choices, because I do have free will. Now, you see, understanding all of this connection and looking at people as extensions of myself, how could I not be loving? Okay? Now, I'm a lot harder on myself than I am on anybody else because I fall short of grace all the time. Okay? Because I'm human. Now, I'm not enlightened to the point where I can hold it all together no matter what I'm faced with, because I'm a severe energetic being. And I have a lot of energy. And wherever I put my focus or wherever I put my creative powers, things happen. And I know that. And I also know that I can make anything happen. But I also know that I cannot depend on another for that. Okay? The process of my experience and the healing that I have to do for myself, nobody else can do that for me. Okay? Seriously. So, you guys all can't delegate your well-beings to other people. Okay? I want you to own your power, and I don't want you to delegate your well-being. Now, what I mean by that is allow your well-being to be dependent on anything else externally. Okay? And we all do it. Our well-being depends on how this person's treating us, or what this person said, or how we feel about ourselves, or all the shit talk we're telling ourselves. Hey, no. Okay? I want you to fix that mindset. Go deep. It's a process. And this is why it's so important to heal. Okay? I want you guys to all understand that. We all think that we get over things, but we don't. They remain a part of our being until we heal them. Okay? And even after you heal them, they don't go away. They remain a part of your experience. But experience without the emotional charge, shackling you to a negative vibe about it all, is wisdom. And that no longer gets stored in your subconscious. It gets banked in your soul. Okay? So everything that's affecting you in your subconscious that you think you got over, unless you've actually rewritten the script within your being and was able to transfer it from the subconscious, where there's still an electrical charge going on with it, unless you've been able to heal it and transfer it to your soul as wisdom and use that to fuel your love within you to become a better being, well then, hey, you're going to be affected by it. Why? Because everything that you pick up on in your heart gets processed up here in the subconscious. So, as long as you have all of these banked memories that are put out there, okay, put it this way, also understand that your subconscious brain, this ties into why you think you get over things, all right? Now, you don't get over anything. What your subconscious does is it stores it away and it locks it out of your mind to protect you, because it doesn't want you to experience the explosion of emotion and the energy attached to that. Okay? But just because it's not in our forebrain doesn't mean that our thought processes and our belief systems do not arise from all of that stuff stored, okay? So I want you to understand the process here that you have to do. Piece by piece by piece by piece, you have to pick apart your subconscious. And it takes time to do that. You have to really focus and take a look at why you think the way you do, why you believe what you do, and whether or not you're going to sit there and allow your life to be governed by this stuff or not. Simple. Okay? Had I allowed my paradigms and my belief systems and my thoughts control me any longer, honestly, I would still be messed up on drugs. I would have never written my books. I would have never realigned to my truest nature. I would have never figured out my direction. I would have never decided to push love out into this world, no matter what I was living. And I also would have been dead a long time ago. Okay? Especially with what is happening within me right now. Now, I have a choice every day when I get up, whether I'm going to be grateful for my life and the next day that I'm given and get the most out of it, or I'm going to wake up and find all the reasons to blame, shame, guilt, and to be just in a negative vibration because, oh, poor me. I don't think so. How could it be poor me if I've been given another day to make it right? Okay? Understand that your past is your past for a reason. And the only person that the past is haunting is your own self. So heal it. All right? Remove the emotional charge from it that scarred you. How do you do that? It's a process, and this is why it takes time. You need to go back and relive these moments. And that's what I've had to do. Now, my subconscious mind, my bank of memories is trauma, loss, tragedy, betrayal, shame, guilt, anger, hurt. And I could go on and on and on and on. And that is all my subconscious brain memory bank is stored of. Okay? There are very few healthy, happy experiences that are stored in my brain. Very few. All right? But that's not the place that I want to be. And this is where you guys have to understand the difference between being in your head or remaining in your heart. Now, I know that my heart, the source of my existence here on this planet, the fuel of my vessel, is infinite, unconditional love that loves me no matter what choices I have made in my past. So, it is up to me to be loving enough to myself to do the healing work. Why wouldn't I? Especially knowing that that memory bank and all of its composition of almost 50 years of just woo, I wouldn't want anybody to have to live not even a fraction of that. Understand that that remains in your brain. All that stuff. Okay? It is not a part of your heart. Your heart is your true brain and the first brain. And this is what picks up feelings and energies and sensories. You can feel things. Okay? Now this is the state that I've chosen to live from. Why? Because this is my true brain. Now, it doesn't matter if I've lived my life in its entirety not knowing about my first brain or having anybody to teach me about it. But this is why I tell you all that I have more of a cheering section in the energetic world than I do here. Because those that have passed and that love me have shown me and continue to reinforce learning in me. Okay? Now, it sounds crazy, but tapping into your heart, which is connected to the universal love, the infinite, unconditional, universal love that governs every single thing in this experience, it's the source of the all-knowing. All of the answers are there. And if you're able to silence your mind and live from a place of your heart, well, hey, you will be forever tapped into the all-knowing. We all have that choice. But as long as you remain stuck in your thinking of things, you are incapable of feeling. Why do I say that? Because I had to experience it for myself to really understand it. Okay? And this is why I want to stress to you all this morning about healing. And healing yourself primarily. Okay? Because not one of us is exempt from it. And you can sit there and say, oh yeah, things have happened to me, but I've gotten over it. Well, how did you get over it? Did you get over it by allowing your subconscious brain to block it away from you? Because your subconscious brain thinks that you cannot handle it? That's a lot different than healing something. Okay? Understand that your subconscious brain does that to you to avoid trauma. Your brain even knows that it doesn't want you to relive this stuff. Come on, let's get real with it. There's a process that you all have to harness, okay? And I am still living this process. I am not completely healed. But what I can say is the love that fuels me has made me clearly understand that within this love, nothing that I've ever lived exists there. That all of it that's stuck in my brain for my memories was merely an experience. And every single part of that memory bank has fueled me for change and has fueled me for growth and evolution as a being here on this planet. So how could I not embrace that? I could run from that easily. I could sit back and make all the excuses that I would like for myself, playing the poor me role and making, all the blame games. Oh, I had a hard life, and I come from a broken home, and I was molested as a child, and my father was an alcoholic and very abusive, and it was hell in our home. Oh, I watched my mother struggle, because all of our family turned their back on us. Oh, I could sit here and make thousands of excuses to be a shitty person, honestly. Oh, thousands of people have taken advantage of me. Oh, thousands of people have, stepped on me. Nah, you know what? I'm all over that. It's the past. Who the hell's looking back at that? Not me. The only time I look back at that stuff is to heal it. And that's the only time I dabble in that. Okay? And anytime I'm thinking wrong about anything, hey, I got to infuse some love into that. Okay? And why are things disturbing and unhealthy? Because they are unhealed. Simple. Why are you triggered to act a certain way? Why do you believe shitty thoughts? Why do you allow yourself to speak negatively about yourself? Well, because your subconscious brain is shackling you to an unhealed existence. So sometimes, yes, we all have to go back in order to go forward. But when you're looking back, only do it to heal. That's it. Don't get stuck in the shame and the blame and all of that crap. Because you know what? That stuff doesn't exist in your heart, which it doesn't exist in your soul. And I talk about it in one of my books, how, you know what? Whatever is of this experience stays in this experience. When you check out of your experience, you bring nothing of this experience with you, except for the wisdom of it. Seriously. All right? So govern yourselves right. Don't, look, if you got to think about anything, you're not allowing your heart to speak. It's as simple as that. The body will answer you. Now, every thought creates a feeling. So, while you can't manage your thoughts, you are producing unbalance. Why? Because every thought that you have, you're creating a feeling. So if you're not thinking the right thoughts, you're not producing the right feelings. Trust me, the accumulation of that wear and tear over 50 years or 40 years, hey, that's huge. And that's why I've had to battle for my life, because of all the composition of the unhealthiness that my being is comprised of. So if I don't do the process of inner work to heal that, hey, I'm at a huge loss. Seriously. So, I want to stress to you guys all this morning how important it is to heal. And how important it is for you guys to understand that if you can't speak openly about something without an emotion tied to it, in other words, if you're talking about something and you feel anger, you feel sad, you feel the anxiety of it all, because as you're thinking it, your body's reliving it, right? So it doesn't know whether it's a memory or something that's really going on. That's the power of our minds. Okay? So anything that you choose to sit and think about, well, guess what? There is an equal feeling biologically that you're producing in your body. So people that sit there and say, oh, well, I can't control my thoughts. Well, if you can't do that, who can? Simple, okay? And your thoughts is not the place where you should be governing your life from. Your thoughts are supposed to be your creative power, and that's it. You're supposed to use your thoughts to think up what you would love next. That's it. Okay? Simple. As long as you're thinking anything else, well, then you know what? You're being consumed by it. And that is what's governing your life. Simple. All right? So when you allow yourself to be in your heart space, let me give you an example. If I'm faced with any decision, or if I'm faced with anything, I don't allow my brain to step in. No. Because the brain, for me, is comprised of a memory bank of trauma, shame, guilt, denial, fear, anger, okay? And a real hatred for my whole existence, okay, in the brain. But when I go to my place of heart, I know who I am. And I love myself wholeheartedly because I deserve that. Okay? Now that's the difference. Now it doesn't matter what I'm faced with. I don't want to deal with it in my brain. Simple. My brain has automatic systems to run for me every day. And it knows what it has to do. And it also knows how to govern all of my energy, of my life force, to make it happen for me. Okay? And that's why we only have the capacity to use our logical forefront of our conscious brain. Because if we were in control of all of those automatic systems, we would be dead. Half of us can't even manage our time during the day. Imagine trying to manage all your bodily functions. Your breathing, your digestion, your lymphatic systems, your blood cells, your kidneys, your liver, all of the functions of all of these organs. Do you think that if you had to put those all in your time slots, that you'd be able to get anything else done? Actually, you know what? 99% of anybody out there listening to this would be dead today if you were handed that capacity. Now do you understand why you have to stay out of your brains? I hope you do. The only time you should be dabbling in that is to heal all of the wounds and the trauma and the rest of the shit that's governing your processing centers. Now, why is it important to heal? Because look, when I'm picking stuff up in my heart, okay, and it gets processed in that brain, well, that processing center is based on this memory bank. So it all ties in together. So it doesn't matter how much you think you've gotten over something in life. If you don't go back and heal that, it is governing your every choice that you are making for yourself, no matter what it is. So that's why I was making such bad choices for myself all my life. Because where the choices were coming from was very destructive for anybody. Okay? Remaining in my heart space. Excuse me. Remaining in my heart space gives me two answers. Whether something feels good to me or whether something doesn't feel good to me. I don't need to think about that. Okay? You know, we all get up in the mornings and, oh, I've got so much to think about. Oh, I've got so much to do. Oh, I have so much stress. Oh. Guess what? You're producing yourself a shit day right away. All right? This is why I stress to everybody, when you get up and you open your eyes, be grateful. Immediately. You've been given another day. That means that you are loved entirely. Simple. Okay? When we come to this planet, we are separated from unconditional love. Always connected to it. But for our individual experience here on the planet. Okay? And what do we go back to? We go back to being a part of that unconditional love. There is no death. There is an end to our experience here, though, of this type. Because I guarantee, if you haven't learned what you had to learn during your experience, well, you will be back to learn it. Simple. What you don't get the first time around, well, guess what? You'll be given many, many opportunities to get it right, should you have to. Right? And as I'm saying that, I'm sure that I've had to live many lives to get to where I am now with my enlightenment and my understanding and my ability to sit and show people the way. Okay? Yes, I'm an empath. Yes, I'm a light worker. I understand that. And I understand my mission and my purpose here more than ever. Okay? But I had to realign to my heart to do so, which happened last year in January. All right? But ever since I've been on a process of healing myself, why wouldn't I? Okay? And it doesn't matter about all of the things that are happening or coming up or arising, because this is all stuff that I need to heal. All right? You guys need to take the time for yourselves. You matter. You matter the most out of your experience. Understand that. You know, we all sit there in our life and put everybody else and everything before our well-being. And we can't. You're robbing yourself immediately doing that. Understand that. Okay? I believe in you all. And I love you all unconditionally. Why? Because we are all connected. Okay? What is my mission of all of this stuff is I want to bring awareness. I want to ignite awareness in you guys. Okay? I want to make you aware, primarily. Secondarily, I want you guys to accept what you're truly made of. And that alone is going to fuel so much change in your life that your whole life is going to transform. What is transforming? Transforming means going beyond your current results. That's all it is. Okay? Understand that this morning. I transform every day as I push beyond any limitations that are set in my day. Okay? And I have all kinds of limitations happening that are being forced on me. Okay? But why? Because so I can realign and change direction. Okay? And I can manage my energy properly and put it where its focus is needed. Okay? Because I was stuck in my brain for a couple of days. Simple. And I can own that. All right? With going to the doctor and being fed all of the negativity and the density of what that experience meant for me, yes, it took me days to come back from that. But I'm back, and I'm back better than I was. Why? Because I heal from my unhealthy situations. Why would I not force myself to do that? That decision doesn't come from the brain that's traumatized and full of the rest of the stuff that's not nice. Okay? That decision to heal and push forward and to push love into the world comes from my heart space. And it has nothing to do with my head. And this is why I govern myself from my place of heart at all times, no matter what. Okay? So yes, I'm hard to listen to. Yes, I'm hard to hear when it comes to the realness of what I say. But it's coming from love. Okay? And the severity that's fueling my existence, because there's a severe force that wants me here to do what I'm doing. Okay? And to embrace learning and to embrace my evolution as a being. So I will do just as such. And I will be unconditionally loving to myself no matter what. And I will be unconditionally loving to any other person in this world or animal or being. They all have life too. And they're all here for a reason too. All right? So why would I hinder another's experience? Considering we're all connected, eh? So realize no matter what you're pushing out or doing to another person, you're actually doing it to yourself. All right? And that's facts. Okay? Empower each other. Stop competing with yourself and with others. Become a better being for yourself, primarily. You matter the most. I can't stress it enough. Okay? You got to do the healing work. Yeah, and it's hard. And yeah, you're going to need help doing it. Because I needed help. Okay? But it was really hard to talk about at first what I was going through. And it's really hard to go through healing. Okay? It's not easy stuff. But it's certainly easier than living it all. Okay? Like, seriously. So, I want you guys all to take healing just as serious as anything else in your life. Because without healing, you guys are governing yourself from that memory bank. And I can guarantee there's not one person out here whose memory bank is all bliss. All right? We've all had to live what we've had to live to get us to this point. And also to fuel change. Understand that. If I hadn't lived everything that I've lived already, do you think I could sit here and honestly preach to you guys all? And that's another thing. I was questioned. Somebody asked me, Toby, why did you become an ordained minister? Is it because you just like to preach? Ha, 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 ha. Guess what? I took the Ultimate Success Masterclass and paid for it and graduated from that self-mastery program. Okay, Natalie Ledwell's. I want to be a better being. I want to be a better being for myself. I want to be a better being for the world, for whatever amount of experience I have left. Now, I honestly believe that governing my experience from a place of heart will extend my life here. Simple. But if my experience should end here, I'm just on to another experience. And trust me when I say you will all feel me in my body and out of my body. All right? Now, while I'm here in this experience, though, I will govern my experience through love and light that I'm fueled by. Because I worked so long in opposition to my truest nature that now embracing it is freeing. Okay? Now, a lot of people say you got to change your environment, and you got to change the people you talk to, and you got to change this, and you got to change that in order to have and feel change. Understand, no, I'm still in the same environment. I'm still seeing the same type of people. I am still engaging with people. I am still interacting with all kinds of people. But understand, the change is within me. That's where it stems from. And I wanted to become a minister because my heart told me to. Why? Because it was as if I was submitting to it. Okay? I was taking accountability for my mission here. Okay? And that's why I ordained minister for Universal Life Church. In other words, it doesn't matter what religion you are. See, that's where the difference is. Okay? I became a minister for one love. There's no set religion that I will put my hand up to. Okay? Because all of these religions are primarily based out of love anyway. But we all look at it and pick them all apart. So it's not a religious thing. It's a love thing. Okay? And I wanted to own my mission here on this earth as an ambassador of love and light. And walk proudly in that. Okay? So I didn't do it to get a pat on the back. I did it for me. Something for myself to hold myself accountable to staying in my heart space. Okay? We all need these things. So, me personally, I needed to do it for my own accountability to what I've chosen and how I've chosen to walk. All right? So I want to wish you guys all a great day. Okay. Now, when I came online, I saw that Wendell wasn't online this morning early. Um, so I just came on live. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to come on live every morning and do my lives because I have real topics and that are there's an impact to be felt, and I need to say what I have to say. Whatever messages that I need to bring forth every day, I'm going to do it. Now, there will be arranged lives where I will be interacting with others and where we will be doing the Adam versus Eve get together with a couple of people in like a debate setting. But I will continue to do my lives every morning the way that I started, and because of the importance of it. Okay? You guys all need to feel valid, and you all need to feel heard and seen. So I want you all to reach out to me. Send me topics that you'd like me to talk about. If there's anything in particular, you need help with individually, I want you to DM me. Okay? I want you guys to go and check out all of the new improvements. I've put up a welcoming the team on the site. I want you guys all to get the most out of your days. Okay, I want you guys to love yourselves unconditionally no matter what. Because your fuel of your existence, of the life experience you're living, is fuel. It's infinite, unconditional love that loves you no matter what. And within this love that's fueling your heart and your life and your experience is the power of the all-knowing. Okay? Stay out of your thoughts. Go to your heart space. Okay? You all matter. I haven't set up anything to see any comments or anything during the live because I was really focused on getting my message out to you guys this morning. My heart and the energy of my being was making it mandatory that I did this way this morning, so I have. I wish you guys all a great day. I want you to get the most out of it. How are you going to get the most out of it? Is loving yourself and others unconditionally. Be loving in everything that you say and you do. Step up for yourself. Do not go to your thinking processing center that is no good for anybody. Stay in your heart space where none of that stuff resides, okay? I love y'all. Get the most out of your day, okay? And if you need anything, no matter what, reach out, okay? Because I can help. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, I have a great team. All right? That can help. All right. Get the most out of it. Love y'all. Peace.